Hello guys, welcome to another video of Git. In this video, we are discussing about Git workflow along with the commands. We'll be discussing from start, like how we can create the branches, to merging the code, to creating the pull request and merging your code to the main or master branch. Okay, so Git is basically a version control system tool which you can use to efficiently code, commit, push the changes to remote, and finally creating the pull request and merging it to your main code base, that is main branch or master branch. So let's begin the video. First, let me explain what is Git. This is a distributed version control system which you can use to commit your code and to push your code to the remote repository. Along with that, you can pull the changes, you can create the branches, and you can basically even multiple developers can use the Git and work in the same repository. Okay, this is used to track changes in source code. If multiple developers are making the changes in the source code, you can check who is making what. Okay, helps in collaboration by keeping track of code versions. You can basically version the code using Git, so that whenever if you have to redeploy the older version, or if you have to redeploy the higher version, you can select that version and you can use that particular version of code to deploy to your production or in some different environments. Okay, so this is the overview of Git workflow from start to end. It starts from cloning the repository. If you have one remote repository, that can be either in Bitbucket, GitHub, Azure repos, or somewhere else like GitLab as well. Okay, that is your remote repository, and you can clone that repository to your local branch, or you can say local machine. That can be Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. You'll have to just simple run the git clone command, and this will clone the or basically download the repository inside your local machine, so that you can uh, use that files or use that repository to make the changes. Second step is to create the branch. Of course, you should not be making the changes inside the main branch. Your organization might be following some branching strategy for you. So, following your organization branching strategy, you can create one but particular branch. Generally, we create a feature branch from main or master branch to work in that. Okay, so you can create a branch that can be your feature branch. Okay, make changes and stage files. So once you created your branch, you will have to make whatever changes you want to make in that branch, and once that is done, all changes are made, you can save them and you can stage all the files. Okay, stage is nothing but git add command. Once that is done, you can commit the changes along with providing particular commit message. Once you have committed the change, you can push the change to the remote repository. Once you have pushed the changes to remote, you can create the pull request and finally merge the pull request to the main branch. So this is the workflow generally we follow from start to end. If you have to work in some project and you are following Git, you can follow this approach. Generally, in most of the organization, people follow this approach. Or even if you are Git working with Git, you will have to follow this approach if you want to work in the Git. So first is to clone the repository, create the branch, make changes and stage files. After that, commit changes. Once committed, push the changes to the remote repository. Okay. After this step, your changes will be in the remote repository, but this change will be inside your branch, that will be feature branch. And if you have to merge that feature branch to your main code base, you will have to create the pull request, and pull request will go through the review, that can be your manager or somewhere else, someone else in the team. Once that is reviewed and approved, it will be merged to the main branch. Okay, so this is the Git workflow diagram. You can see this is your working directory. Once you have the changes, first you can create one branch. You can do git checkout after creating the branch. Once that is done, you can click on run git add command, so that it will stage all the changes. Once changes are staged, you can run git commit command, so that git commit command will commit all the changes inside your repository. Okay, so these all will be done inside your local, and git push and git pull will be you will be doing it from the remote repository. Okay, if you are doing git pull, all the changes from your remote will be coming to your local, and if you do git push, all the changes from your local will be moving to the remote repository. Okay, so this is the workflow generally we follow in git, and this is how you can clone the repository. If you have to clone the repository, you can run this command git clone and repository URL. Generally you get this repository URL inside the repository itself. If you have GitHub or Azure DevOps, you can go to the repository and you can click on the clone URL. You can copy that clone URL and you can run this command inside your machine or command prompt, or even Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code as well. So this will clone the repository inside your local. In my previous video of Git, I have explained you like how you can clone the repository using Visual Studio Code. Okay. This will copy the remote repository to your local machine. Once the repository is cloned, the next step is to create a new branch, because if you are cloning the repository, the default branch will be main or master branch, and as per organization policies, branch policies, you cannot make the changes directly in your master or main branch. So to make your changes, you will have to create a new branch, that is your feature branch. Okay, to create the new branch, you can run this command git checkout -b and your branch name. This will create the branch and will check out that branch as well, and you can make changes in that branch. Create a new branch and switch to it. Once you have made all the changes, you have added your files, you can simply run this command git add and file name to stage all the files, or to push all the files. And if you want to push all the files, or if you want to commit all the files, you can run this command git add star, so that it will commit, or it will stage all the files. Okay, you can use this command git add. Suppose you have made multiple changes and you want to push only two files, then you can run command something like this git add file name, and so that this file only will be pushed to the remote. Okay, so after doing the changes, you have to stage the files, then only you will be commit them. Okay, prepare files for commit. So staging files is nothing but preparing your files for commit, and you can commit the changes by running this command git commit -m commit message. Okay, so you can provide any type of commit message which should basically refer your commit message, like what are the changes you are making. Okay, saves the state changes with a message, so this will save you the changes inside your local repository. Once you have committed the changes inside your local repository, you can run this command git push origin, and this is the branch name, so that this will push the changes to the remote repository. So git push origin, and if you have given your feature branch name here, all the changes which are in your local will be pushed to the remote repository, that can be in GitHub, Bitbucket, or whatever. Okay, sends the local branch changes to the remote repository. Once all the all the things are done, like making the changes, staging the changes, committing the changes, and pushing the changes to the remote repository, your changes will be now published in the remote repository, but still your change is in feature branch, and that is not yet merged in the main branch. And your goal should be to main your changes in the main branch, so that your changes can be part of the next deployment or next release cycle. For that purpose, you have to create a pull request. Okay, pull request is nothing but a request to merge your changes to the main or master branch or release branch, or even some different particular branch. Okay, so once your feature branch is published in the remote repository, you can create a pull request from that branch to your main branch, and you can include the reviewers as well, so that those reviewers will review your code, and if everything is fine, then they will approve that. If something is wrong or something you have made mistake, then they will review at that, and they will add the comment. You can again fix the comments, you can resolve the comments after fixing or applying those fixes, and once that is approved, you can complete the pull request to merge your code to the main branch. Okay, initiates a review of the code changes, can be done by via say GitHub UI or CLI. Okay, once you have created the pull request and pull request is complete, you can simply merge the changes. Okay, you also get option to merge the changes directly in the UI from your portal, but you can also run this run this command git merge to merge your changes inside some particular branch. Okay, combines the branch with the master branch. Okay, so basically we discussed the git workflow, from cloning the repository to creating the branch, making the changes and staging all the files in that particular branch, and committing the changes in that branch. Once commit is done, finally push the changes to the remote repository. Okay, once your changes are pushed to the remote, you can create one pull request from your feature branch to the main branch to merge your code base to the main. Once PR or pull request is approved, you will be able to successfully merge your code to the main or master branch for the next release cycle or for the deployment. Okay, so this is the basic Git workflow generally people follow in the organizations for their development work. That's it from this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any feedback or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.